इंडोनेशियन एम्बेसडर जो हैं वो तशरीफ़ लाए हैं और हमारे प्रेसिडेंट जो थे यहाँ के फैसलाबाद चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स इंडस्ट्री के, वो भी अपनी साथियों से तशरीफ़ लाए। तो मैं ये सोच रहा था कि चूँकि बहुत ही ज़रूरी है कि इंडस्ट्री का और एकेडमिया के आपस में जो है वो लिंक बने और वायबल लिंक हो, इस तरह का लिंक हो जिसमें कोई प्रोडक्टिविटी आए। तो जिस तरह के आजकल गवर्नमेंट का विजन भी है और उसमें ये सादगी और किफ़ायत शारी की बात है, तो हमारे यहाँ एक नया ऑफिस, बहुत लग्जूरियस ऑफिस वाइस चांसलर के लिए बना था। तो वो विलफुली मैं समझता हूँ कि बतौर वाइस चांसलर आई एम गोइंग टू हैंडल आई मीन चेंज दैट ऑफिस। उसको मैं तब्दील कर रहा हूँ कि इसी एकेडमिया इंडस्ट्री लिंकेजेस में इस तसव्वुर के साथ कि जो एग्रीकल्चर और लाइफ स्टॉक और फूड के मुतल्लिक़ जितनी इंडस्ट्री है, हम उनके जो लीडिंग इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट हैं उनसे हम रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे कि वो तशरीफ़ लाएँ और इन 6 बड़े हॉल हैं हमारे पास, वहाँ तशरीफ़ रखें। 6 इंडस्ट्रीज़ को हम अकोमोडेट कर सकते हैं जो कि लीडिंग इंडस्ट्रीज़ हैं। उससे हमारा फ़ायदा ये होगा कि जब इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट जो कि सक्सेस स्टोरीज़ हैं इस मुल्क की, वो तशरीफ़ लाएँगे, यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर बैठेंगे, तो वो एक आइडिया फाउंड्री होगी, उनके तजुर्बात हैं। वक्त गुजरने के साथ साथ हमारे बच्चों का इंट्रैक्शन उनके साथ होगा, तो वो इस तरह इंडस्ट्री और जो यूनिवर्सिटी के हवाले से लिंकेजेस बढ़ेंगे और मैं समझता हूँ कि वो बेहतरीन इस्तेमाल उस बिल्डिंग का होगा। चाहे जाए कि अपनी सहूलत की खातर जो है वाइस चांसलर वहाँ बैठे। मेरा ख्याल वाइस चांसलर का जो पहला ऑफिस है पुराना, वो मेरे लिए काफ़ी होगा कि वहाँ बैठूँ और वहाँ अपना काम करूँ, इसलिए कि काम करना ही ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है। जिस तरह कि आप देख रहे हैं पिछले दिनों में कि गवर्नमेंट की कितनी तवज्जो है ये ग्रीन पाकिस्तान के हवाले से और डैम्स के हवाले से, तो अब गवर्नमेंट इस स्पेस पे है कि वो इतने इखलास के साथ काम करना चाह रही है। तो हम जितने भी इदारे हैं, हमारा भी फ़र्ज़ है कि हम जितना भरपूर साथ दे सकें गवर्नमेंट का दें। और एक्चुअली यूनिवर्सिटी का जो सही तसव्वुर है एकेडमिक्स के हवाले से, इंडस्ट्री के हवाले से, कि जितने हज़ारों थीसिस आपके पढ़े हैं लाइब्रेरियों में, लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली उनकी अगर इम्पेक्ट देखें इंडस्ट्री के लिए प्रोडक्ट वाइज, तो वो उतना नहीं है। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि ये जो सेंटर जिसकी मैं आज बात कर रहा हूँ, वो वक्त गुजरने के साथ हम फैसलाबाद चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स इंडस्ट्री के साथ बैठेंगे और आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे जो लोग एग्रीकल्चर, लाइफ स्टॉक और फूड की इंडस्ट्री में बड़े नाम हैं, हम उनको इनवाइट करेंगे कि वो तशरीफ़ लाएँ, हमारे साथ इंट्रैक्शन करें, वो अपने ऑफिसेस को यहाँ शिफ्ट करें, वो आइडिया फाउंड्री के तौर पे काम करेंगे और दोज आइडियाज़ दैट वुड बी ट्रांसलेटेड इनटू एक्शंस। जबकि वो प्रोडक्ट ओरिएंटेड रिसर्च हो, वो हमें सवाल करें कि हम आपसे ये हल चाहते हैं, तो प्रोफेसर्स उनको रिसर्च बेस्ड सोल्यूशन प्रोवाइड करें। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you. So this is very important question. So palm oil is really one of the major sector that we are cooperating with Pakistan. And before this seminar, actually, we had the conference organized by our Consulate General in Karachi, and the conference was the theme was how to bring Indonesian palm oil industry to Pakistan to cooperate beyond the trade, meaning that we have to start to look into the possibility of making the trade relation with Pakistan also elevated into investment cooperation. So the Consul General of Indonesia in Karachi today, now he is also present in this seminar because he is also very keen on how to follow up the outcome of the conference in Karachi. So I think considering the strategic location of Pakistan in terms of logistic, the route. So the Vice Chancellor just mentioned about the shipping line. So with the China-Pakistan economic corridor, I think that will be very important, not only for Pakistan, but also for the whole region in South Asia. So Indonesian, they have to start to look on that prospect, because the latest Price Waterhouse Coopers release about the emerging economy. So in 2030 to 50, Indonesia will become number 5 from number 16 today, and Pakistan will become number 16 from number 24 today. So both Indonesia and Pakistan have the chance, have the opportunity of becoming emerging economy. So the potential is there because both countries have a huge population, and the purchasing power also increasing. Of course, we cannot deny that we have our respective challenges, but inshallah, both Indonesia and Pakistan be able to handle, be able to manage any dynamic, not only in the political and security issue, but also in the economic field. So we have the promise, actually, based on the prediction of the authoritative international institution. But of course, it's up to us. If we have the spirit, if we have the grit to materialize the potential, then nothing is impossible. So in this seminar, today's seminar, hopefully is one dot in the long line. So hopefully it will contribute to more awareness, not only about the issue at hand, which is palm oil, but also our historical ties between the brotherly country Indonesia and Pakistan. Welcome, since we arrived yesterday, because last night we had a get together with the president of the Faisalabad Chamber of Commerce and also with the vice councillor. So it is a little bit surprise for me because this morning I saw the composition of the audience is mostly Pakistani sisters. So I just spoke with the vice chancellor. The percentage is, correct me if I'm wrong. So the 60% is the sisters, beautiful sister of Pakistan, and 40% is the handsome youngster of Pakistan. So I think this is, I strongly believe, there is no women empowerment issues in Pakistan. Inshallah. Because it's very important. I think this is the indication that women have very significant role to play, not only in the family but also in other fields and even in political field. You have Benazir Bhutto, you have Senator Rahman, which is I really admire with her vision. So congratulations for women in Pakistan. But of course it doesn't mean I marginalize myself, because you have also Allama Iqbal, you have also Azam Ali Jinnah, which is the great philosopher of Pakistan who inspired the great nation of Pakistan. So congratulations for all Pakistani brothers and sisters for the successful election last July. So this is the third time that Pakistan experienced successful civilian transition of the civilian government. So we believe this will be another good beginning for Pakistan to materialize Naya Pakistan. once again, Vice Chancellor and President, thank you very much for your hospitality, for your friendship, and for your warm welcome to us since yesterday. So this topic of seminar is very important not only for Indonesia but also for Pakistan. I will not repeat what has been said by both Vice Chancellor and President of Faisalabad Chambers on the significance, importance of this issue to be discussed, to be seen comprehensively, not only from the perspective of science, but also from the perspective of economic and social and even culture. Palm oil, and in particular the Vanaspati G, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Vice Chancellor, the Vanaspati G, I think that is the indigenous creative of people in South Asia in trying to fulfill their need on animal fat for their life. So I think it's not only a matter of health, but it also matters of how we preserve our culture, because that is very indigenous creativity of the people in India, South Asia, in their effort how to address the need for fat, animal fat. So palm oil or G is the form of successful effort since I think the ancient age of people here in South Asia. Of course, we have to always support any innovation, because only by catching up to the innovation then people can adjust with the new challenges and can seize the opportunity provided by the new environment. So Indonesia and Pakistan have long been established a relation, bilateral relation, since the beginning both countries gained independence. So this is very important for young generation, I think, because I believe that most of Pakistani might be, correct me if I'm wrong, is more familiar with Malaysia. Is more familiar. So if can you just show the slide? No. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
So this is the map, part of the map. So Indonesia is the green color. So if you fly from the west end, which is Aceh, which experienced the tsunami in 2004, and you fly to the east end, which is in the right side, it takes almost 9 hours. 9 hours. So we have 5 big major islands, and the total islands of Indonesia is 17,000 islands. We have 350 local languages, but we have our national language, we call it Bahasa Indonesia. So people from the west part to the east part, they can speak Bahasa Indonesia, while at the same time also they preserving their local languages. While Pakistan is in the brown color, this one, and this is Indonesia, and Malaysia is this one, this gray part here, and this one. So Now I hope, in particular for the young generation, you know where is Indonesia located. This is Indonesia, and we are the biggest Muslim country in terms of population, and Pakistan the second biggest, because the population of Pakistan, based on the latest census last July, is 210 almost million people. So we are actually very close to each other in terms of culture, and we have many similarities. I have also maybe to inform all of you that before the independence, when Pakistan still part of the British India, the Queen Ali Jinnah was very close with Indonesian President Sukarno. And when the second invasion of the colonialist power coming to Indonesia, that Queen Ali Jinnah sending 600 troops, the Gurkha troops. So the intention is to assist the British troop in to defeat Indonesia. But at that time, I think it was with the intention that Queen Ali Jinnah requested the all Gurkha troops who will be sent to Indonesia are Muslim. So we then arrived in Aceh, in Java. They were surprised because they have to fight with their Muslim brother. So that is why they were deserted and fight back to the colonialism. And from the 600, 500 were die and 100 survived. Some back to Pakistan and some settled in Indonesia and married with Indonesian. So that's the very we cannot deny our deep emotional attachment with Pakistan, because Pakistan was really contributed significantly to our independence. So thank you, Pakistan. I think this historical ties, it is our responsibility to nurture it and to elevate it into more productive and constructive cooperation. Now we have framework in the political cooperation, in the military cooperation, and even in economic cooperation. We are talking about trade. The president of the chamber just mentioned about the PTA. We exported palm oil to the world in the value of 22 billion US dollar, and Pakistan constitute 10% from the total export of Indonesia. Pakistan is big market, is important market for Indonesia, and we do recognize, we do concern also with the imbalanced trade between Indonesia and Pakistan. And last year had been 4 times review of the PTA in Indonesia and in Islamabad alternately. And we agreed to find a way how to balance the trade. And we do agree, granted additional tariff lines in addition to the existing PTA arrangement. And the 20 tariff lines is based on Pakistan request. So the Pakistan government herself decided for 20 items. And inshallah, the 20 items will be effectively implemented next year, because now still in the process of ratification in our parliament. So from those 20, if I remember correctly, at least there are 2 items on textile. one is the best mango in the world, which is from Multan, Pakistan. It will start to get into Indonesian market next year. And then also the ethanol. Ethanol, because Pakistan is the fourth biggest ethanol exporter to the world with the best quality. And we consume ethanol very much for pharmaceutical purposes as well as for cosmetics. So hopefully by our deeper understanding on each other interest, each other problem, inshallah we can step by step make more a sustainable trade relation between Indonesia and Pakistan. And another point that I would like to share with all of you is we have the MOU of rice import from Pakistan. So the MOU signed in December 2015 in Jakarta. And Alhamdulillah, just last 3 months when our president visited Pakistan last January, so both the Minister of Trade agreed to implement that MOU. And last 3 months, we already import the rice from Pakistan to Indonesia. So actually in the MOU itself, it mentioned the total amount of rice will be around 9 million ton from 2016 to 2019. So hopefully everything will be implemented smoothly and benefit to both Indonesian importer and to Pakistani importer. So on the palm oil, we have the expert from Bogor Agricultural Institute, Dr. Puspo. He will explain about the technicalities which is scientific proven, and hopefully it will also open our horizon about the palm oil related issues. So I do support what has been highlighted by the Vice Chancellor on how we have to find a way for more concrete cooperation between this institution and with its Bogor Institute of Agriculture, because both of the institutions have the same interest on how to promote cooperation, not only in terms of scientific purpose but also commercial purpose. So the point that both the President of Faisalabad Chamber of Commerce and the Vice Chancellor just highlighted about the academia should cooperate with the industry, that is very important, because we call it apa sih Menara Gading bahasa Inggrisnya? We have three Dharma, university three Dharma, meaning university should consider three obligation to contribute to the people: research, development, and social, and also contribute to the society. We have to avoid that the university becoming ivory tower. So by having established, institutionalized, and more concrete cooperation between university and industry, that will be the right approach. Because I was in Beijing before my assignment in Pakistan, when China applied to be the member of WTO, most of the university in China had very instrumental and significant role in feeding all the information to the negotiator. For example, Fudan University, they focus on the issue of services, for example. Shanghai University, they focus on trade in goods, and the other university contribute in making research on the geopolitical dimension of the WTO. So by more intensive and more institutional cooperation, both the institution, I think they can just cross fertilization. They give a benefit to each other. So I hope this cooperation you just initiated, that you provide even your own office to become more a productive office, that is really excellent step in the right direction. So congratulations to the Vice Chancellor. So I don't want to take too much time, but once again, it will be remiss of my duty if I'm not congratulating the university and the chamber for willingly cooperate with us to organize this very important seminar. So thank you once again. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, sir, for such an informative and refreshing keynote address. Dear audience, now I would like to invite Professor Dr. Tahir Zahoor, Director General, Institute of Food Science and Technology, for a vote of thanks.
With the permission, please. Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. With the permission from His Highness Mr. Evan Emery, and with the permission of my Vice Chancellor, Dr. Professor Zafar Randhawa sir. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, all participants from the industry, from academia, from PCSIR, I am really thankful for all of you on the behalf of University of Agriculture, Faisalabad, for this big cause, which is really a problem nowadays, that government is going to ban this palm oil, which still needs for the discussion under this umbrella. We are thankful to Chawla Saab be with us here. We are thankful to Totok from traveling from a long distance to Faisalabad, and we are thankful to all team of the ambassador who worked a lot since last 2 months to organize this august gathering for a big cause. So we are thankful for everybody, DGPCSIR from with the team of the ambassador and the team of our university who worked a lot for this cause. We assure you that, sir, the opportunity provided by the Vice Chancellor will be definitely availed for this cause, and this is really a need even after getting the conclusion of this productive seminar. So we thank you all. Thank you Indonesia. Thank you Pakistan. Thank you everybody. At then I will request for have a cup of tea with us.
Maybe we are not following those procedures correctly, so we are having this kind of problem, and government is banning this palm oil. Actually, here the role of university is very important when we talk about these kind of problems, because these universities can actually help out the industry to properly have the knowledge of what to do and how to do. And the major thing should be, and this is also an opportunity for, this is the biggest agriculture university in Asia, and it is blessing for us that we have this university in Faisalabad, and you need more to come forward and should bring some workable solutions for the industry, because the palm oil cost is very low and it is very economical to use it, but the correct procedures can rectify the problems we are facing from the palm oil. So what I also like from my Indonesian friends is that if they can help us in promoting palm oil trees here in Pakistan, so that we can, and they can have joint ventures with us for the making of edible oil from the palm oil, and they can help us to grow palm trees here in Pakistan, and we can be self-sufficient maybe. And there are also certain areas where we cooperate with each other, which includes maybe food processing items, meat, and some dairy products. We can have a collaboration with each other, and their technology is good enough that they can help us, and our universities are also capable enough to have those kind of formulations and procedures for us, which can help Pakistan to grow faster. Faisalabad Chamber and University have, as I told you, that have good relation, and I would suggest the new Vice Chancellor to, as we have MOUs with the other universities also, and the professors from their those universities are coming to Faisalabad Chamber at least once in a week, and they are coming there, and we have a wonderful place for them to sit there and discuss the problems of industry. As industries have problem, we circulate these things to our members, that if somebody have certain problem, so certain area expert would be here on certain day, and they are coming there and discussing their problems with those experts and solving the problem. Actually, this is the proper way how industry and academia should be linked, because if you don't know our problems and you are just doing research on those subjects which you like to research, then it would not bring any benefit for the country. It would bring the benefit only when you come there, you listen the real problems of the industry, and I tell you that our country's future lies in agriculture and livestock, and you are the most important university in Pakistan who can help Pakistan to come out of this crisis. So so I would request you to please come forward and make some dynamic decisions about this, so that it could help our country. So I once again thank you very much for Vice Chancellor to inviting us for this seminar, and I also congratulate the organizers of this seminar, that this seminar would help to generate the knowledge and the correct information, and it will remove the misconceptions about the palm oil here in our minds. So it would be a great knowledge-based seminar today. Thank you very much. Once again, Pakistan Faisalabad.
Just please develop a working group from industry and our academia. They will sit together, and that building should be used for brainstorming to create some productive activity. And of course, we will be expecting that industry should be coming forward in that cooperation, so that we should come up, not with the, actually words, they have lost their meanings in this era. There are a lot of MOUs, maybe hundreds of MOUs, but probably not the practical work on that aspect. So we want to do something practical We have done a lot of things, orally commitments like that, but practically we should come out. And once again, I offer that building we can dedicate to establish a real linkages between academics. So this is an invitation from this forum that they can directly contact me if they are owning as a family business some of their industries, so that we can fit in that industry our academia also. Ladies and gentlemen, palm oil is very important. It's a very old tree. Particularly if you see the history of Egypt, thousands years old history of palm oil trees in Egypt. Then if you see potential of palm oil plantation in Pakistan, all the coastal area, about 750-800 kilometers starting from the Karachi to the Gwadar. That's a very good place for plantation. But today's meeting is probably not that focused on that. Today's meeting is more focused on that. What are the possibilities of connecting this university, Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and our Indonesian brethren? So I congratulate the organizers of this conference, the sponsors of this conference, and I hope by the end of the day, when you will conclude the sessions of your conference, I'm sure will be coming up with the concrete suggestions to further our relationship in this trade. And I welcome all the guests, especially my brothers and sisters from Indonesia, and the guests, of course, Chawla Saab, and other stakeholders present here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to invite Professor Dr. Masood Sadiq Bhatt, Dean Faculty of Food, Nutrition and Home Sciences, to give preamble of the activity.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. His Excellency Mr. Evan Emery, the Indonesian Ambassador to Pakistan, the Indonesian delegates, the President Pakistan Chamber of Faisalabad Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Shabir Hussain Chawla, DGPCSIR, respectable guests, food technologists, and my dear students. First of all, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Indonesian Embassy to arrange this need-based drive or demand-driven activity with the collaboration of University of Agriculture, Faisalabad. The core agenda of this activity with the Indonesian Embassy is to extend the cooperation between the University of Agriculture, Faisalabad, with the Indonesian Embassy as well as with the Indonesian Institute to extend cooperation in terms of